So see, I did journalism.
You did journalism?
Yeah. So my bachelor's was in journalism and mass communication. So starting a fashion brand was never in my diary, and moreover, I am from Guwahati, so I did my journalism, and then I always thought that I'll go back to Guwahati and maybe join a news channel or do some reporting, do anchoring. Of course, I was interested in doing anchoring, and that is what I thought will be my story of my life. And but then I was always very interested in fashion. Of course, every girl is, but I was also interested in curating art and something aesthetic and all of that. That has been there since, I don't know, since ever. So, so I got back in 2012. Once I got an opportunity to, write fashion blogs, and that's what and I said yes. I was like, okay, it's my area of interest, so let me write fashion blogs. And I wrote couple of fashion blogs then. And then it clicked that why not also sell fashion as a product. I am not from tech background. I don't understand anything like that, right? So for me, it was something which was not even I can think of to create a website or something like that. But then I met somebody who told me that he can create a website and I can curate the designs. And I thought, okay, fine. So for me, at that point of time, curating design was also something very new.
And you're talking about it is which
2012,
year?
2012, yes.
Okay.
And again, Delhi was also very new for me. So, but then we researched and we went to. So we started with shoes. So I was writing blogs, and somehow I thought, okay, let me try to buy some shoes and sell it on the website. So I went to a market. So there's this market in Delhi, Karol Bagh, where there are a lot of, wholesalers of shoes. It was my first experience. I remember my first day. I felt so overwhelmed, and I was like, and I was excited as well. I saw so many designs, so many people. There's a lot of rush and all that. But yes, that day is still fresh in my mind. I forgot a lot of that 10 years. Though it's 14 years, but I forgot a lot of it. But that first day of me going to that market is still fresh. And still I remember. So yeah, I got couple of I was trying to buy shoes, and then the traders, the shopkeepers, they told me that you will have to buy like the whole set. So for shoe it's like 35 to 42 was the 36 to 42 was the set. And I don't understand all of anything, nothing. So I thought, okay, that's too much. So I cannot buy too many design. I now have to restrict myself to a couple of designs. So I think five or seven designs we got, bought them into house, and then I shot it, and then I put it on the website. And I wrote the description.
All by yourself?
All by myself, yeah. I wrote the description also that wear this shoe with this black pant and white shirt and it will look amazing, that kind of. And because I used to follow a lot of fashion websites, so I understood that you have to write description to make people imagine that how can they style it. And I wrote that, and it sold out. And at that time, I did not even know what is gross margin, what is unit economics, nothing. I just thought, okay, it's for 250. So let me just do it into 5 and sell it on the website. And I did exactly that, and it sold out. Then second time I did that again, third time I did that again, and it started to work. And that's how, and then the rest is history, then we went to manufacturer. I talked to manufacturer. Even I was like young at that point of time, and not only because I was young, but because of my technical inefficiency in terms of, not having that kind of background of fashion, or maybe not able to talk in that language. When I went to manufacturers, they would not take me seriously. They would they were like, oh, come on, I mean, she's so young, and in fact, she doesn't even understand what is it, right? But the manufacturers who actually did not take me serious, not only take me seriously, they are like good people, but they could not comprehend that, okay, she'll be able to do something, they were doubtful. But then those are the manufacturers, even today we are working with them. Cool. So that's the story. And yeah, that's how my journey before Little Box was. So I used to run a fashion brand only. So it's been like 14 years of me being into the industry of fashion and e-commerce and like building a brand. So
amazing. So you studied mass communication, started writing fashion blogs,
yes,
went into starting an e-commerce brand with shoes, right?
Yes.
What is happening to that business? Did you leave?
Okay, so I left that business in
Uh-huh.
2022.
2022?
It's still there, it's still running. I
Okay.
left it and then I decided to start Little Box with my husband. So with Partha and me, then started Little Box in 2022. But in those, so from 2012 to 2022, I was in my former brand, ran it very successfully. I would say that it at that point of time, it was one of the rare D2C brand that could scale up to. So when I left, it was at a scale of, we were doing around 85 CR kind of a
85
revenue
CR?
at that time, and it was all even today the brand is bootstrapped, and at that point of time also it was bootstrapped and very profitable at that point of time, and great unit economics, I would say. So today my lot of learnings, of course, in the last 3 years I learned a lot of different things with Little Box, a lot of different aspect of the business, but my technical understanding of the fashion as a product, of running a D2C brand, comes from my former brand. So
I actually was watching your episode, like Shark Tank India episode, and I got a bit like थोड़ा सा मेरे को hint मिला that you were doing something like this, but you left. I could not get what exactly happened with the co-founders.
Yes.
Would you like
So,
to share?
I mean, nothing happened as such. It was a good journey, I would say.
10 years is a long time,
Yeah,
right?
it was a great journey, and I can never like what am I today. A lot of it was built in those 10 years, So I will always remember it with great, I mean, like smile on my face. But yes, see, sometimes what happens is that I was very young when I started this. Lot of understanding around legality of creating a company was not there. And I would not also say that was intentional for someone to make fool out of me. It was never there, but things on legal, on paper, did not work out. My name was not there, and it's not, and I still would like to believe that it's not because somebody wanted to not have my name there, but it just did not work out. I did not ask, and it did not happen, and when I asked, I think it was a little late.
Too late.
And it did not work out. So I leaving that brand was not a easy decision that I took. But I think I took a great decision at the hindsight, or else building Little Box along with Partha is, I think, has given us so much more purpose in life. And we really, I mean, today I think I would say that I'm in the best position of my life.